So one of the functions inside of 3P Mercury is it allows you to manage leads lists quite easily. So a lot of sellers purchase multiple leads lists from different companies. And the issue with that is most companies have their own format, or pretty much every company has their own format. So for instance, this particular company here, you can see that the file is formatted in their own way. So the top couple of rows are kind of header rows, and it tells you it gives you a summary of what they are. But really, the first data point doesn't even start until row 8. Now, and then on top of that, each column is arranged a little bit differently. So with 3P Mercury, it allows you to be able to load these leads into 3P Mercury quite easily by creating a pre-built template. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to import and then go to import options. And here I have already created a template for this particular Excel document, or this leads list that I get, I would get every day. So you would just basically go down and identify, okay, the ASIN, which column is the ASIN located? So here it's in column N, and then product name is in column H, and so on and so forth. So you just go down the line and identify, where the columns are located. Also important is what row does the data begin. So here it begins in row 8, right? So I will put 8 as in data begins in this row, and then I would hit update, and then it would save my template for future use. So each day as I'm getting this a new leads list from this company, I can go in and essentially I'm going to pick the file, and so I'm going to pick a file. I'm going to pick the file that I'm going to import, and then I'm going to pick the template. So here it's Amethyst. I'm going to say Amethyst is the template, and I'm going to pick the user that I want to assign it under. And then once I hit upload, what it's going to do is it's going to scrub through my leads list and tell me which ASIN, or basically which brands I'm not eligible to sell in. So if I'm gated in these brands, it will go ahead and do that work for me. And as you can see, like this brand right here, I'm not even it's not even allowing me to request ungating. This has been a hard gated brand. So Amazon's not even accepting applications here. Here I can try to get ungated with, it says approval required. It can't even find this ASIN because it's been removed from the Amazon catalog. So it just goes through all of this and checks it for me without me having to manually click on every ASIN. And then on top of that is also checking for hazmat, meltables. And here, what it does is it also allows me to apply a custom tag. So once I apply a custom tag, for instance here, I'm going to choose my Amethyst lead. And then what it does, it will apply the tag to this file for import, so that later I can analyze how profitable I am in each leads list that I purchase. So I can go through over time and analyze, in weeks or months worth, and analyze how well my leads have done, and then I can make a decision on whether or not to keep this leads list. It also selects only the ones that I am eligible to sell, but it gives me the option. So if I want to select other ones to import, I can go ahead and do that. And then once I'm done, then I just go ahead and hit the import button, and then it imports into 3P Mercury's buy list database, and then it begins to track these products over time. And you'll just be able to see, how many sellers are selling it, what your profit margins are historically, what the buy box is sitting at, and all of that. So it'll begin to track these products for you to analyze at a later time.